Everyone knows this, but Fuji has a certain look that no one else can even try to replicate. It's a magic touch. Nothing comes close to the Fuji look. That's why you put up with your bullshit autofocus and crazy quirks. So I decided that I would take out the glorious Canon R5 II versus the Fuji XS20 budget versus Pro with this budget lens though. Similar prices, I swear.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So no, this is not a perfectly fair comparison. This is just what I have, and this is the only Fuji camera with a right-handed mode dial that lets you keep a bird and then switch modes easily using that instead of taking your hand off the camera and claw gripping your life. So like, cool. On paper, it should be good. I was very happy with the X-T4 footage years ago. This should be even better. So first shot, little Fuji XS20, 70 to 300, pretty sharp, pretty magical. The blue skies, the color, Fuji blues, can't beat it. Cannot beat Fuji sky colors. Robin agrees. He blinked at me with lead eyes, switched into HD 240, keeping the bird in the frame because I have a right-handed mode dial, and he left my life forever. So side by side, we have Canon in 8K 60 RAW versus Fuji in 4K 60. I'm not seeing a huge difference. If anything, I prefer the Fuji colors. So don't tell me down below, oh, this is an unfair comparison. Fuji looks better. So like that's where the unfairity lies. You know what I mean? If it's ever in focus, which it sometimes was. It was actually surprising. So yeah, we're getting a little noisy in the HD 240. Canon looks much cleaner, and that's a little embarrassing, but we'll live with that. But for the Fuji being so much lighter and cheaper, pretty darn good, and some probably prefer the image of it. It's like, wow, not bad, Fuji. It's not easy doing these comparisons. I'll film a bird and then I'll put the lens down and then grab the other camera and going back and forth. So this was identical lighting scenario, perfection matched, just very different looks. Canon's a bit magenta sometimes, I don't understand it, but not bad, Fuji. You look good until you don't. Until you don't. So like, I don't know if you've already spotted the Fuji weakness, but it'll get more and more apparent as the show goes on. That magical little bug flew away. Wow, where'd he go? Now briefly, when it comes to animal eye detect autofocus, it wasn't great, but you can quickly reacquire it. I'm in animal eye detect, got back button focus, just pressed it, center box. It was actually keeping it, it wasn't super smooth. But for the most part, like, it was working fine. It was pretty trustworthy, way more than I thought. I thought it was gonna be all manual focus today. So here we have another side-by-side. I know 8K is not fair versus 4K, but there's no point in crippling the Canon. This is the best resolution for both. And they look quite similar, not even mad at the Fuji image. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that for some reason, animals perform for Fuji. They dance, they recognize you're on a Fuji, they can sense your energy, Fuji energy, and then they do special things and there's magical moments. That is still true. I saw this red-winged blackbird female filming it on the Canon, and she's like, Canon, don't look at me, I'm gonna hide from you. That's a Canon setup, it's boring, I'm not gonna. So I went to get this exact shot on the Fuji, but she was like, oh my God, a Fuji. She flew right up to me. I was like, is that Fuji? Oh, Fuji's back. The magic. Hey, he's got a Fuji back again. She was so excited and she went to tell all her friends. Oh, that is fantastic. The Fuji magic is real. I tell you that much. The blues could write a book on that blue. Oh, the turquoise blue life of a Fuji mindset. That's beautiful. Whereas when you switch into the Canon, they leave. They're like, no, thank you, no. Look at me tracking. Wow, what a shot. That's National Geographic stuff. But she came back. She allowed me to film her, the Canon 8K 60. Pretty beautiful image. I might have missed focus, but whatever. So here's where my life fell apart. Can you see it? I don't remember this being so bad on the Fuji. You can just see the moire, the aliasing, all these artifacts and like weird things in the feathers. I'm like, why is that so bad? I don't remember it being that bad. Maybe it was, and I just didn't notice because it doesn't always happen. But when it does, you're just like, that is unusable. It's not even close to usable. Like, we got Canon R5 II, beautiful HD 240. I don't know what that is, Fuji, man. Like, I'm sitting here debating buying the 500mm prime, but now I see that the HD 240 is unusable on the XS20, and that was my only hope because the XH2 and the XH2S both have left-handed mode dials. Why are you doing it? Look at the magic we could be having on Fuji. They would never do that for Canon. Oh man, actually they do. They would, they allow it. Got this girl just flying. She kept flying to, I don't know if she was grabbing insects off the top, little floating bugs or something, but she was hunting. She was hunting for food and she kept doing it. I was getting some of it. I don't know if this was, I'm pretty sure we're in animal eye detect on the Canon, and watch as she leaps for mankind. She's about to catch something, boom, yum. And then she flies over and Canon picks it up before it even comes into clear sight. Like it was behind all these grassy knolls, and I was like, wow, Canon, not bad. Like you can pretty much trust it. Sometimes it'll go haywire, but it's hot damn delicious, I tell you. It doesn't look like it's in focus actually, but whatever, man. She tried. She tried, man. See, Canon's doing it. Canon for life. And then it gets it, watch, boom. Now I nailed it. It's somewhat usable, pretty usable. Like better than I could have done manually. Watch, this was probably in manual focus. I don't even remember, but point is, this is good. It's a good little setup. Budget lens, but it produces the results that I like. When it comes to the shadow recovery, I noticed that like the Canon has these crushed blacks. Well, Fuji has them even worse. So I guess that's not just a Canon thing. It's just a don't film a black wing red bird backlit. But look at those Fuji blues. You know what I mean? Now here's where things got interesting. I put the Black Pro mist filter on the Fuji lens and a Glimmerglass 1 on the Canon lens, and now we're getting things that don't even exist. I've never even seen this bird, yellow-winged blackbird. Wow, look at him. Didn't even know they existed. Fuji allowed it to happen. Look at that cuteness. So like, I could totally get by. It was such a pleasure to use this system. You just like manually focus and it overrides and the peaking shows up and it's perfect. And then back button focus gets you back to autofocusing. My goodness, like I was quite happy until I saw a lot of the footage not looking so nice. But like here we have Canon, we had a black cormorant and a turtle. Come on, that could be a book, a little mini series or something. Switch on over to the Fuji, just better colors. A lot of weird hunting autofocus. It couldn't decide between the turtle and the cormorant. It kept going back and forth, and I don't know, that's a bitch. It was noticeable just looking at the grass. It's like living grass. That's like the grass that Mac sheep like to eat. But this has me thinking. So if the XS20 is literally unusable in 240 frames per second, which it is, even if you got the 500mm prime, it would just be sharper. It would maybe even show the artifacts even worse. That's possible. So XS20, that was the dream because it's so light and it has the right-handed mode dial. Your only option would be Fuji X-T5. But with the X-T5, you can be in, say, 4K 60, and then you have the top direction dial mapped to high frame rate mode, and it's just like a double tap and a half press of the shutter, and then you're in HD 240. It's pretty good. Like there's no custom modes, it's weird dials, but it is totally usable for this. I don't know, man, that's stupid talk. This X-T5, who does that? So this day like made me realize that Canon is very good. There's zero reason. I thought Fuji would have a bit more of a magical look, and it does. The colors are often a little better. But like, if you just look at the footage, it's better on the Canon. It's full frame, way better autofocus, more dynamic range. It's just like, what are you arguing about? There's no weird artifacts. There's never like super noise and weird noise patterns. And the stabilization was better. Like that's just the cinema right there with your Glimmerglass filter. That's just good times. The one advantage Fuji would have is the close focusing distance. See, like I saw this bird, he was very close to me, started recording, it's like, yep, no problem, got it on the Fuji. Then I pulled out the Canon, I was like, oh, that's too close, huh? I literally started like, it was at the very minimum focus distance. I'm manually focusing here, and then I'm walking backwards. I'm like, I'm close. I know I'm close to that minimum focus distance. We're gonna get it. You're almost there. I don't know that I ever did get it, but you had to back up further and it wasn't as good. And the Fuji could have got even, he was sick of it. He was like, I'm out of here. I don't have time for this. Look at how close you can get on that Fuji lens. This is the minimum focus distance. My God, that's like a macro lens. All this makes me wonder is, what if I got the Fuji medium format without all these weird artifacts? Then you're not only Fuji color science, but you're more than full frame. And you still have that 500mm prime. You'd have to get a teleconverter, I think, because that's painful. It's like 400mm or something. But if you teleconvert your way through life, you might be okay. But then you're heavy. Oh man. And then the answer is just stay with your Canon. I just can't believe how bad the XS20 HD 240 is. Like, if you're just doing 4K 60, decent. Like, it's not much worse than the Canon. It's kind of better in some ways. Like, I don't need 8K. I never asked for 8K. I'm happy with 4K, but I also like the super slow and better autofocus. So it's like, if you notice the Canon's better in this shot, it's because it is. And it's a full frame camera, and Fuji probably didn't autofocus on it. And then when you switch to 240, it's like it's not even close anymore, and it looks very amateur. And for those saying it would be so much better with the prime, they're both 5.6. The ISO would not have changed 1 second. It would still be that noisy, just a bit sharper and way more punched in. That could be fun. That'd be like closer to 1000mm in HD 240. That'd be a headshot. But this has me easily saying, no, Fuji, wow, what the hell did I remember from your footage? Like, there were magical moments today, and I bet most of you preferred the Fuji side in a lot of these, even with the weird noisy patterns and the artifacts. It's good times, it's a good setup. And as long as you stay in 4K 60, you'll be fine. Maybe even HD 120 would have looked better, but I can't bring myself to use that mode when I have HD 240 in there, so don't even talk about that mode. Final shot, this epitomizes it. This is HD 240. You can just see all the lines in the top of the roof there, in the bottom, like squiggly line patterns. If you punch in, it's just like a hot mess of what the hell is even happening right now. It's like line skipping, X-trans sensor, just like bad news. I don't know how this left the office. Like, how do they do this to us? It's really bad. Remember, I used to say the Fuji X-H2S has even worse HD 240 because it had like a weird, strange noise pattern. It did, but it fixed these issues for the most part. Still has it a bit. I don't know, like every camera has that line skipping at HD 240. It's just better controlled in some than others. None of them are good enough for me. So that leaves us with only a few options to test out if we even want to, but like pretty sure I'm gonna end up selling that again because you were supposed to be my wildlife fun kit and you're literally unusable. So either XT5 with the 500mm prime, that could be an option, maybe it fixes some stuff. Or we try Panasonic GH7 with a Leica 200mm, not much reach, already regretting even thinking about that one. Or the real one, which would cost, I don't know, $15,000, GFX 100 Mark II. It does 4K 60 and HD 120, medium format with the 500mm prime and teleconverter. Heavy, but the glory, we wouldn't even be ready for it. Can you imagine the squirrel footage? Or stick with the Canon and stop. Or the Nikon Cinema Cam. Just, it's squirrels here. You don't need to put this much effort. I realize that. Canon's surprising me with that glimmerglass. Can't beat this thing. I tried. I tried today. So what do you think? What the hell happened to Fuji? Is the XT5 240p better? Let me know down below. Thank you for the Bitcoin donations. And subscribe for more.